Believe me, this video will blow your mind. In just a few hours, the price of an XRP Ripple token might go up to $1,000. This is what the best crypto specialists think will happen. A sign that the market is going up that we can't overlook. It's all because the Ripple versus SEC litigation is over. We have been waiting for a win for more than 5 years, and now it has finally come. You can't afford to miss it. Let's work things out one step at a time. Notice, the long-running legal battle between Ripple Labs and the SEC is finally coming to an end. And the atmosphere in the XRP community is a mix of excitement, bewilderment, and cautious hope. A tweet from a well-known XRP expert recently caused a stir. The SEC versus Ripple case is almost over. Every post, statement, and legal file is being looked at very intently by people in the crypto community to see what might happen next. Adding fuel to the rumors, Tao, a crypto analyst, made a bold statement that shocked the XRP army. The SEC is going to employ XRP, oh my god. The allegation is both shocking and unclear, but it has brought up new questions about XRP's place in the financial system and if regulators would end up using Ripple's technology instead of fighting it. Ripple Eagle, another member of the community, submitted a remark from Paul Atkins, a former chairman of the SEC, who called a recent move by the agency a crucial move for markets and entrepreneurs, calling it optimistic for XRP and crypto in general, but the case is still not settled, despite all the talk. Many people thought that the SEC meeting behind closed doors on July 17th would lead to a breakthrough, maybe even a definitive resolution, but nothing happened. XRP holders are angry about the delay, and there are many hypotheses about why it happened, including ongoing discussions and internal pushback. But Mark Fogel, a securities lawyer and former SEC regional director, stepped in to stop the noise. Fogel made it plain in a long explanation on X that the delay isn't because of shady deals or games in court, but because of how slowly the regulatory process moves. He wrote that isn't the reason for the delay. The staff needs to write up its action memo. The divisions need to look it over and set a date for a commission or vote. He then made a pointed comment. But please, keep telling a former high-ranking SEC officer about how the SEC works. Fogel's point of view adds a touch of reality to the discussion. He said that the SEC meets behind closed doors every Thursday to talk about the same things, and that it can take 1 to 2 months to set up a vote on enforcement. There was never any sign that the Ripple case was even on the calendar for July 17th. He said simply that anyone who says they know exactly when this would happen is lying. His words pierced through the myths and gave a clear if it makes you mad. Here's why. This is an issue with the way things work within, not a conspiracy. Some people thought the matter was almost ended when Ripple paid a $125 million fine, which made things even more difficult. Fogel, on the other hand, said this wasn't true either. He said the payment was made in cash, not XRP, and that it didn't halt the legal procedures. The compensation still hinges on the official dismissal of the SEC's appeal and the Commission's ultimate decision. Even with all of this, the XRP community is still quite hopeful. Ripple has already won important legal battles, the most important of which is the finding that XRP sales on secondary marketplaces do not classify as securities offerings. That alone set a big precedent and made XRP one of the most legally clear tokens in the US. If Ripple wins the last chapters of this case, it might make XRP's regulatory status stronger and make it easier for more people to use it. There is still a lot of speculation about what the future will bring, especially since TOL's comment suggests that the SEC might really adopt XRP's underlying technology. Some people might think that's crazy, but with crypto, what people guess about today often becomes the news tomorrow. One thing is evident. Ripple won't be the only one affected by the outcome of this case. It will have an impact on the whole crypto business. And just when you think it's all over, it's not. Something major is going on behind the scenes. X isn't simply getting ready for the end of the law. Even the experts are talking about how crazy the market is going to be because of this. Some people are saying it's the biggest surprise in crypto this year. Believe me, you aren't ready for what's coming next. So, Echo's tweet neatly described up how everyone felt. Well done, we know what we have. People in the XRP army are saying the same thing. This is the healthiest bull run ever for XRP, as Steph tweeted. We're growing affluent. And the King Karen's brave declaration that XRP is ready to beat McDonald's in market cap. It's more than just hope. It's a belief that something important is happening. A prognosis that is hard to ignore is at the heart of this mounting momentum. A bold and controversial prediction by well-known crypto analyst Barry has set the XRP community on fire. He says that XRP is about to break out in a big way, with multiple phases, and that its price may go from where it is now to $4, then to $10 to $20. And finally, if everything goes well, to levels that were formerly thought impossible, like $100, or even $1,000. Many people are interested in this forecast, but there is also a lot of discussion about how practical these goals are. Barry thinks that $4 is the psychological trigger. Once XRP breaks through $4, the momentum could pick in speed as more people start using it and more institutions adopt it. A new global financial ecosystem in which XRP is very important for cross-border transactions and liquidity. He sees XRP being a key part of the new financial system's infrastructure, allowing trillions of dollars to move across borders at lightning speed. Ripple has always been focused on solving real-world challenges for banks and other financial institutions, and this goal fits with that. With the Genius Act and other efforts making it easier to understand the rules, Ripple's enterprise-grade solutions are becoming more widely accepted as a way to preserve innovation while enforcing transparency. This makes XRP's position more than just a guess. It becomes useful, even crucial, but not everyone is sure. Many market analysts are not sure that XRP will ever hit $100 or $1,000. Critics point to how big this jump is. In order for XRP to reach $100, its market worth would have to be more than $5 trillion, which is greater than the combined value of Apple and Microsoft right now. For that kind of growth to happen, it would need to happen all across the world, with rules that are good for everyone, and a lot of support from institutions. All of these things are feasible, but they are not certain. Traders with greater experience, like Javan Marks, adopt a more realistic view. He thinks it's possible for XRP to go up to $15 to $20 during this bull run, especially if the positive mood stays strong and big investors start to come back into the market. Mark, on the other hand, didn't fully support the $100 story. He called it an extreme outlier scenario instead of a short-term aim. The community feels it too. XRP Avengers said that the bull run is still coming for XRP, and that tweet has gone viral. It will happen soon. No matter if the goal is $10 or $1,000, the trip itself could turn out to be one of the most interesting stories in the history of crypto. Isn't that crazy? And that's only the start. Now let's discuss about the XRP Ripple affiliates, partners, secret ties, and quiet titans who support this movement. Believe me, there is a lot to see here, and you are not ready for what is coming next. So, Ripple's recent decision to work with Control-Alt on the Dubai Land Department's real estate tokenization initiative shows how far XRP and the XRP ledger have come in gaining the trust of institutions and becoming important around the world. Monica Long, president of Ripple, made it plain why this isn't just another cooperation. It's a big deal, she said on X, but you can't stress enough how important it is for these assets to have bank-grade custody and security as they get tokenized around the world. This suggests that Ripple isn't only talking about tokenization, it's giving the stable institutional-grade infrastructure that is needed to safely store and manage these digital assets. Ripple's custody technology is very important. The Dubai Land Department's big project that started earlier this year is putting real estate ownership information on the XRP ledger. This is a big deal because real estate ownership documents are usually very complicated, hard to understand, and full of paper. This isn't merely an improvement to the technology, it's a big step toward making real estate markets